A minor bump in a supermarket car park, no injuries, barely a scratch you can see. The repair bill? £2,200. Not because the bumper was expensive, because hidden behind it were 3 radar sensors, 2 ultrasonic parking units, and an adaptive cruise control module that all needed replacing and recalibrating to manufacturer specifications. That £2,200 claim pushed the owner's premium up by £180 the following year. And here's what should make you furious. Even if you've never claimed, even if you've driven perfectly for 30 years, your premium went up too. Because insurers spread that cost across every single policyholder. The Association of British Insurers reported that UK motor insurance claims totaled £3.1 billion in the second quarter of 2025 alone. £2.1 billion of that was vehicle repairs. That's not for the year, just for 3 months. Up another £100 million from the previous quarter. And the primary driver of that increase isn't crashes. It isn't theft. It's the cost of fixing sensors, cameras, and radar units the manufacturers have packed into every panel, bumper, and windscreen of modern cars. Your insurance premium is no longer primarily paying for crash damage. It's paying for technology you probably didn't ask for, don't fully understand, and increasingly can't afford to repair. But here's what the insurance industry doesn't advertise. There are 9 cars that dodge this trap entirely. Cars in the lowest insurance groups in Britain, with simple construction, cheap parts, and repair costs that won't trigger a claim that haunts your premium for 5 years. And the factors that make these cars cheap to insure are exactly the same factors that make them reliable. The insurance industry accidentally created the ultimate reliability ranking, and they don't want you to notice. If you're tired of watching your renewal letter climb every year while your car sits untouched on the driveway, subscribe now, because what I'm about to show you could save you hundreds of pounds annually, and not just on insurance. Before we get to the 9 cars, you need to understand why your premium keeps rising even when the average is supposedly falling. Because Confused.com's own research from December 2025 found that 42% of drivers who received their renewal between September and November 2025 saw their price increase by an average of £72. The average might be dropping, your renewal isn't. The reason comes down to 4 letters, ADAS. Advanced Driver Assistance Systems, Lane Keeping Assist, Automatic Emergency Braking, Adaptive Cruise Control, Blind Spot Monitoring. Every new car sold in the UK since July 2024 must have these systems fitted as standard, thanks to the adoption of EU General Safety Regulation 2. Now here's the problem. These systems rely on cameras mounted behind windscreens, radar modules hidden in bumpers, ultrasonic sensors embedded in body panels, and LiDAR units tucked into grills. Every single one of these components sits in the most vulnerable parts of a car, the bits that get hit first in any collision. 10 years ago, a cracked windscreen cost about £150 to replace. Today, if that windscreen houses a forward-facing ADAS camera, the replacement plus mandatory calibration runs £800 to £900 on a typical family car. On premium models, it easily breaks £1,200. The glass itself might only be £300. The remaining cost is sensor recalibration in a specialist workshop with laser-guided alignment tools and a technician who charges £80 an hour. A rear bumper that used to cost £250 to respray now costs over £2,000 to repair because of the parking sensors, radar module, and camera system that need diagnosing, replacing, and recalibrating. And it gets worse. Replacing a single radar sensor runs over £800 before labour. A forward-facing camera module costs over £600. Then there's the recalibration, which has to be done in a controlled workshop environment with laser-guided targeting boards positioned at exact distances from the vehicle. A skilled technician charges £80 an hour for this work, and it's not a 20-minute job. The ABI reported that repair costs surged 32% in a single year to Q3 2023, and the trend hasn't reversed. It's accelerating because every new car rolling off the production line has more sensors than the last. Total repair payouts by UK insurers hit £1.9 billion in the third quarter of 2025, accounting for 64% of all claims costs. Theft claims averaged £11,800 each. And what's being stolen most often? Cars with keyless entry systems, another piece of technology that was supposed to make your life easier. And here's the detail that really stings. Even a non-fault claim can increase your premium. The ABI's own data shows that drivers who've been involved in any incident, even one where the other party was entirely to blame, face higher premiums at renewal. One supermarket car bump, one cracked windscreen from a motorway stone chip, and your premium carries that penalty for up to 5 years. But there are cars where none of this applies. Cars where a bumper is just a bumper, where a windscreen is just glass, where a stone chip costs £75 to fix, not £1,500. Cars and insurance groups so low that even a young driver can afford them, and an experienced driver pays almost nothing. The UK insurance group system runs from 1 to 50. Group 1 is the cheapest, Group 50 is the most expensive. The Association of British Insurers assigns these ratings based on repair cost, parts prices, performance, safety ratings, and security features. And the pattern is obvious. Simple cars with small engines, cheap parts and minimal electronics land in groups 1 through 5. Complex cars with ADAS systems, turbochargers and specialist materials land in groups 20 through 50. The average comprehensive premium in the UK hit £551 in the third quarter of 2025, according to the ABI. But that average is meaningless. An experienced driver in the southwest insuring a Group 1 Hyundai i10 might pay £300. A young driver in inner London insuring a Group 25 BMW 1 Series pays over £2,500. The car you choose determines more about your premium than almost any other factor. Number 9. The Seat Ibiza SE 1.0 MPI 80 horsepower. Insurance Group 3. The Ibiza shares its platform with the Volkswagen Polo. The same MQB A0 architecture, the same crash structure, the same fundamental engineering, but it wears a Seat badge instead of the VW one. That badge difference drops the purchase price while delivering you an identical driving experience. The naturally aspirated 1-litre 3-cylinder engine has no turbocharger to fail, no intercooler to leak, no wastegate to stick. Servicing is straightforward and cheap. Parts availability is excellent because they're shared across the entire VW Group family. Euro NCAP gives it 5 stars. The boot is 355 litres, bigger than most cars in the class above. And because it weighs barely over a ton, brake pads and tyres last significantly longer than on heavier rivals. An insurance group of 3 means premiums that would make a Tesla owner weep. Number 8. The Volkswagen Polo Life 1.0 MPI 80 horsepower. Insurance Group 3. Yes, the same engine and platform as the Ibiza, but one group higher because the VW badge carries slightly higher parts pricing and the Life trim includes a few more electronic features. But Group 3 is remarkably cheap. The Polo consistently ranks among the safest super minis ever tested. The cabin quality is a class above anything at this price point. Proper soft touch materials, solid switchgear, and an interior that doesn't rattle after 3 years. The 80 horsepower engine won't win any drag races, but it returns over 50 miles per gallon in real-world driving. More importantly, there's nothing complex to go wrong. No dual-clutch gearbox nightmares, no turbo failures, no timing chain tensioner grenades. When a mechanic sees a Polo with this engine on the ramp, they smile. Oil change, filter, brake check, out the door. The previous generation Polo with the same 1-litre Evo engine in base trim sat in Group 1. The current Life trim has moved to Group 3, likely because of the additional infotainment and safety equipment. But Group 3 still makes the Polo one of the cheapest cars to run in Britain by any measure. Number 7. The Kia Picanto 2 trim 1-litre automatic. Insurance Group 1. Here's a quirk of the insurance system that works in your favour. The Picanto in base 1 trim with a manual gearbox sits in Group 5. The same car in 2 trim with the automatic sits in Group 1. 4 groups cheaper for a better equipped car with an easier gearbox. The reason is the combination of safety equipment in the 2 trim, including autonomous emergency braking, which qualifies for lower risk ratings, plus the automatic's gentler driving style that statistically produces fewer claims. Kia's 7-year 100,000-mile warranty is the longest in the UK market. If anything goes wrong in those 7 years, it's Kia's problem, not yours and not your insurers. Parts are cheap, dealer servicing is reasonable, and the car is genuinely good in traffic. Light controls, tight turning circles, and enough space for 4 adults despite its compact designs. Number 6. The Dacia Sandero Expression 1.0 SCE 65 horsepower. Insurance Group 3. The cheapest new car on sale in Britain, and that's not a compromise, it's a strategy. Dacia deliberately strips out the complexity that drives insurance costs through the roof. No touchscreen on the base model, no camera system requiring recalibration, no sensors hiding in every body panel. The Expression trim gets an 8-inch touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which is more than adequate. But critically, there's no camera system requiring recalibration, no sensors hiding in every body panel. The 1-litre engine is mechanically straightforward, no turbos, no fuss, just an engine that works. It starts, it runs, it doesn't need specialist diagnostic equipment to service. You can see the oil filter without removing the front bumper, which is more than you can say for half the cars BMW sells. At under £14,000 new, the Sandero costs less than a single year's depreciation on a Range Rover Evoque. Think about that. You could buy an entire new Dacia, insure it for a year, fill the tank 12 times, service it twice, and still have change from what a Range Rover owner loses just by driving their car off the forecourt. Dacia's parent company Renault provides the parts network, so availability is never an issue. And because there are no hidden sensors in the bumpers, a car park scrape costs £200 to fix, not $2,200. Number 5. The Škoda Fabia S 1.0 MPI 80 horsepower. Insurance Group 4. The Fabia is the Polo's bigger booted cousin. Same platform again, but with 380 litres of boot space. That's golf-sized storage in a super mini body. Škoda's reputation for value means lower parts pricing than VW, and the S trim keeps the equipment list sensible rather than loaded with sensors. The Fabia quietly became one of the best-selling small cars in Europe because it does everything competently without charging you for features you'll never use. MPI engine means port injection, no direct injection carbon buildup, no particulate filter, no AdBlue tank. Servicing is oil, filter, done. And because Škoda dealers charge less per hour than VW dealers for identical work on identical engines, your maintenance costs stay even lower. It's the same spanner turning the same bolts on the same engine, just with a different logo on the receptionist's polo shirt. But here's the data point that should change how you think about your next car purchase. Dacia Research, the organization that advises UK insurers, found that vehicles with autonomous emergency braking are involved in 40% fewer front-to-rear collisions. 40%? That's a massive safety improvement. So why aren't premiums falling? Because when those cars are involved in an incident, the average repair bill has more than doubled. The technology prevents some crashes, but makes every remaining crash catastrophically expensive. Insurers are paying out less often, but paying far more when they do. And they're passing that cost onto you through higher premiums, even on cars that don't have any of this technology. The cars on this list prove that you don't need ADAS to be safe. You need good visibility, predictable handling, and a driver who's paying attention. And if that sounds old-fashioned, check the accident statistics for cars in groups 1 through 5 versus group 30 through 50. The simple cars aren't crashing more often, they're just cheaper to fix when they do. Number 4, the Suzuki Swift 1.2 Dual Jet, 2017 to 2023 model, insurance group 7. The current Swift Hybrid jumped to group 19, which is one more reason to buy the previous generation. 920 kilograms, that's lighter than some electric SUVs' battery packs. The pre-facelift Swift weighs so little that everything lasts longer. Brake pads don't wear as quickly, tyres last 30,000 miles instead of 18,000. Suspension components aren't being hammered by 2.4 tons of battery-laden chassis. The 1.2 dual jet engine is naturally aspirated, simple, and efficient. Suzuki's galvanized body panels resist corrosion better than cars costing 3 times as much. Go look at a 10-year-old Swift and a 10-year-old Vauxhall Corsa sitting side by side in a car park. The Swift's wheel arches will tell you everything about which manufacturer actually invested in rust protection. The older Swift sat in groups 3 to 7 depending on trim, and used examples from 2018 to 2022 now cost between £7,000 and £11,000. That's a car with years of proven cheap insurance behind it, strong MOT pass rates, and parts prices that makes mechanics smile. There's a reason Suzuki dealers have some of the shortest average service times in the industry. There's nothing complicated to diagnose. Number 3, the Hyundai i10 Advance, 1.0 litre with automated manual, insurance group 1. The joint cheapest car to insure in the entire United Kingdom. Even the manual version only sits in Group 2, which is still remarkably low. The i10 is the last city car standing. Volkswagen killed the Up, Citroën killed the C1, Toyota killed the Aygo in Europe. Hyundai kept going because they understood that a significant portion of the market doesn't want a crossover, doesn't want a touchscreen the size of a television, and doesn't want to pay £600 a year just to insure it. The i10 sits in Group 1, the absolute lowest possible rating. A 30-year-old driver in the southwest pays roughly £300 a year for comprehensive cover. Even an 18-year-old can insure this car for under £2,000, which is remarkable when you consider the national average for young drivers sits around £1,100 according to QuoteZone's Q4 2025 data. The automated manual gearbox isn't the smoothest thing on the road. 0 to 60 takes a glacial 18.4 seconds. But the i10 was never built for speed. It was built for people who want a new car with a warranty, air conditioning, and the lowest possible running costs. Mission accomplished. Number 2, the Honda Jazz 2020 to 2024 EHEV Insurance Group 22. Yes, Group 22. That's higher than anything else on this list by a mile. So why is it here? Because Insurance Group alone doesn't tell the whole story. And this is the point most cheapest to insure lists miss completely. The Jazz represents the best total ownership cost when you combine insurance, fuel, reliability, and maintenance over 5 years. The hybrid powertrain returns over 60 miles per gallon in real-world driving. That saves you roughly £500 a year over a Group 3 petrol Super Mini doing 40 miles per gallon. The EHEV system has no turbocharger, no conventional automatic gearbox, no diesel particulate filter, no AdBlue system. Honda's reliability record means your no-claim bonus stays intact year after year, which compounds savings that dwarf the group difference, which surveys consistently rate the Jazz among the most reliable cars on sale. The boot is enormous for its size, 304 litres expanding to over 1,200 with the magic seats folded. And we've already established in our MOT video that the Jazz achieves a 97.2% first-time pass rate according to DVSA data, a TV Report top 5 performer in Germany's equivalent inspection. The real insurance cost isn't just your premium, it's every penny you spend keeping the car running. And on that measure, very few cars in Britain beat the Jazz. Number 1, the Toyota Aygo X Pure, 1 litre, Insurance Group 5. The cheapest Toyota you can buy, and it's backed by the most trusted brand in automotive reliability. Toyota's reputation alone influences how insurers calculate risk. They know from decades of claims data that Toyota owners claim less often. The Toyota parts are reasonably priced. The Toyota build quality means fewer premature failures. The Aygo X sits in Group 5 with its entry-level Pure trim. Even the base model gets a reversing camera and basic driver aids as standard now. thanks to GSR2 regulations. But Toyota's implementation keeps things minimal and modular. The sensors aren't embedded in complex bumper assemblies requiring full recalibration after a minor scrape. When Toyota adds safety equipment, they do it in a way that doesn't inflate the repair bill. The 1-litre 3-cylinder engine is related to the unit used in the previous Aygo, the Citroën C1 and the Peugeot 105. It's been in production in various forms since 2005 and has proven itself over millions of units. Fuel economy exceeds 55 miles per gallon, servicing is basic, and Toyota warranty, while not as long as Kia's, comes with a brand reputation that insurers literally price into your premium. They trust Toyota because the data tells them to. For context, the cheapest Tesla Model 3 sits in Insurance Group 50, the most expensive group possible. Same price bracket as a Lamborghini. The Aygo X sits in Group 5. That's not a small difference. For a 30-year-old driver, we're talking roughly £300 versus £1,200 a year, and you're far less likely to need to claim on the Toyota. So here's the pattern. Every car on this list shares the same characteristics. Small, naturally aspirated engines with no turbocharger, minimal or no ADAS sensor arrays in bumpers and windscreens, lightweight construction under 1,200 kilograms, cheap, widely available parts shared across manufacturer families, high Euro NCAP safety ratings achieved through structural engineering, not electronics, and simple, accessible mechanical layouts that don't require specialist diagnostic equipment to service. These are the same factors that make cars reliable, and they're the same factors that keep insurance premiums low, because when an insurer calculates your group rating, they're essentially asking one question: how much will it cost us when this car needs fixing? If the answer is a £250 bumper respray and a £75 windscreen, you're in Group 1 through 5. If the answer is a £2,200 sensor recalibration and a £1,500 camera-equipped windscreen, you're in Group 25 through 50. The industry added complexity to your car and called it safety. Then they added cost to your insurance to pay for that complexity. Now they're telling you premiums are coming down while 42% of drivers are watching their renewals climb higher. The 9 cars on this list reject that cycle entirely. They prove you don't need a rolling computer to get from A to B safely, and your insurance company knows it, even if they'd rather you didn't. The FCA banned the loyalty penalty in 2022. Insurers can't charge you more at renewal than they charge a new customer with the same risk profile. That was supposed to fix things, but Confused.com's data proves it hasn't. 42% of renewals still went up. The ABI says premiums are falling, your bank statement says otherwise, and nobody in the industry is telling you the simplest truth of all. The cheapest way to cut your insurance isn't a comparison website or a black box tracker. It's choosing a car that doesn't cost a fortune to fix. What's your insurance group, and how much did your last renewal go up compared to the year before? Drop the numbers in the comments, because I suspect this community's experience tells a very different story from the official averages the industry keeps quoting.